أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم, picking up with the legendary military ideology of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam through the door of the city of knowledge, Babul Madinatul Ilm, none other than the commander of the believers, Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu anhu. After completing the legendary military empire of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the era of Sayyidina Uthman bin Affan radiyallahu anhu, the Dhu Nuraini, the holy of the two lights, as well as the military government of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the era of Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab al-Faruq, as well as the legendary military legacy of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with the era of as-Siddiq, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu, Abu Quhafa, and the military career of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is known as the Madani period, all on the Muhammadu Gambia channel. Now we're picking up, and yours truly is Muhammad Israel. Please do check out the videos on the legendary stories of the prophets Alayhi'Ssalam, from Adam to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We are picking up from page number 564. Al-Ashtar died before he could start his work in Egypt, and of course this is in reference to the turmoil between or the setup of Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib's era or government's take on the situation, his administration pertaining to the murder of Uthman, A, and dealing with it, B, C, concerning the cousin of Uthman, or the next of kin to Uthman, Sayyidina Mu'awia ibn Abi Sufyan, who was the governor of Syria at the time of Sayyidina Uthman's martyrdom. Al-Ashtar died before he could start his work in Egypt. Nevertheless, the sources speak of him as one of Ali radiallahu anhu's greatest governors in Egypt. After he died, Muhammad ibn Abu Bakr was appointed as governor of Egypt. He had previously lived in Egypt at the time of Uthman bin Affan radiallahu anhu, and the reports indicate that Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr reached Egypt before the previous governor, Qais ibn Sa'd, left. A discussion took place between Qais ibn Sa'd and Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr, in which Qais offered some advice to Muhammad, especially with regard to the people who were angry about the murder of Uthman and who had not sworn allegiance to Ali after he died. Qais said, "O Abu al-Qasim, you have come from Amirul Mu'mineen, and his dismissal of me should not prevent me from giving sincere advice to you and to him, as I have good experience about this matter. Egypt and its people, leave these people and those who join them alone," meaning those who had not sworn allegiance to Ali or to anyone else. "Leave them as they are then. If they come to you, accept them, and if they stay away from you, do not pursue them. Treat people according to their status, and if you can visit the sick and attend funerals, then do so, for that will not undermine your position." Muhammad brought with him a message from Ali ibn Abi Talib. He read it to the people of Egypt and addressed them. Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib wrote a letter to Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr, which came to him when he was appointed governor of Egypt. It was not limited to matters of governorship. It also called Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr as-Siddiq to Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, among other things. This letter said, "Remember, O Muhammad, that even if you are in need of your share of this world, you are in greater need of your share in the Akhirah, the hereafter. If you have two matters to deal with, one which has to do with the hereafter and the other which has to do with this world, and start with the one that has to do with the hereafter. Your desire to do your desire to do good should be great, and you should always base it on the right intentions. For Allah Jalla Jalaluhu gives to a person according to his intention. If he loves good deeds and the people who do them, but he does not do them, he will inshallah be like one who has done them. Because when the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came back from Tabuk, he said, in Al-Madinah there are men and you have not covered any distance. There are men and you have not covered any distance or crossed any valley, but they were with you. But they were held back by sickness. They had the intention. Moreover, remember, O Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr, I have appointed you in charge of my greatest troops, the people of Egypt, and I have put you in charge of the people's affairs. You are right to fear for yourself concerning this responsibility and to worry about your religious commitment every minute of the day. If you can, strive hard not to anger your Lord in order to please his creation. Be harsh with the wrongdoer and be gentle with the righteous. Bring the righteous close to you and make them your inner circle and brothers. Wassalam. After Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr As-Siddiq radiallahu anhu started his governorship, the first month passed peacefully, but things began to change after that. Muhammad did not follow the advice of Qais ibn Sa'd and began to bother those who had not sworn allegiance to Ali ibn Abi Talib. He wrote to them and called them to swear allegiance, but they did not respond. He sent men who destroyed their homes, confiscated their wealth, and imprisoned some of their children, so the people started to fight him. Then Mu'awia prepared an army led by Amr ibn al-As, and he attacked Egypt and formed an alliance with those whom Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr as-Siddiq was fighting. The number of fighters reached 10,000, among whom were Maslama ibn Mukhallad and Mu'awiyah ibn Hudayj. Fierce battles took place between them and Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr. In the end, he was killed. He was martyred on the battlefield. Muawiyah's troops took over Egypt. Thus, Egypt was lost by Ali ibn Abi Talib in the 38th year after the Hijriya. Abu Makhnaf, the Rafidi Shia, is the only one who narrated a detailed report about this. It disordered a lot of historical facts, but it was quoted by At-Tabari and a number of historians as follows. Al-Yaqubi mentioned that Amr ibn al-As fought Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr and that Muawiyah ibn Hudayj caught him and killed him. Then he put him inside the carcass of a donkey and burnt him. Al-Mas'udi and Ibn Hibban referred to the slaying of Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr, but they did not mention anything about a donkey. Ibn al-Athir narrated the report of Abu Makhnaf that was quoted by At-Tabari. After omitting from it the letter of Muawiyah to Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr and the next of the correspondence between Ali ibn Abi Talib and Ibn Abi Bakr, he also omitted the response of Ibn Abi Bakr to Muawiyah and Amr ibn al-As, which was mentioned in the report of Abu Makhnaf that was quoted by At-Tabari. An-Nuwayri mentioned something similar to that which was mentioned by Ibn al-Athir, and Ibn Kathir included something like what was mentioned by these two. Ibn Khaldun referred to reports of Abu Makhnaf, and Ibn Tagharibadi summarized them. All of these reports came through Abu Makhnaf and played a role in distorting the Islamic history of that era. They were then quoted by contemporary writers who failed to examine them and contributed to encircling them or circulating them. Thus, many of these lies became entrenched in the minds of some educated people and became as essential part of a series of misconceptions that spread among the people. Nevertheless, the fact that Muawiyah ibn Hudayj killed Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr is proven through a sound report which was narrated by Abu Awayna from Abdurrahman ibn Shamasa, who said, I entered upon Aisha, the mother of the believers, radiallahu anha, and she said to me, where are you from? I said, I am from Egypt. She said, how did you find Ibn Hudayj in this campaign of yours? I said, we found him to be the best commander. No slave of any of us died, but he gave him another slave, and no camel died except he gave him another camel, and no horse died except he gave him another horse. She said, the fact that he killed my brother should not prevent me from narrating what I heard from the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. O Allah, whoever attains any position of authority among my ummah and is harsh towards them, he be harsh towards him. Whoever attains any position of authority among my ummah and shows kindness towards them, show kindness towards him, and whoever shows harshness towards them, show harshness towards them. The report of Abu Makhnaf in Tariq al-Tabari about Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr's governorship in Egypt and his slaying include a number of strange things, the most prominent of which are follows. Number 1, what he mentioned about the people of Syria swearing allegiance to Mu'awia as Khalif after the arbitration is not correct. Ibn Asakir narrated with a chain of narrations whose men are trustworthy that Sa'id ibn Abdul Aziz At-Tanuki, the most knowledgeable of the people regarding Syria, said Ali was in Iraq and was called Amirul Mu'minin, while Mu'awiyah was in Syria and was called Amir. When Ali died, Mu'awiyah in Syria was called Amirul Mu'minin. This text explains that allegiance was not sworn to Mu'awiyah as Khalif until after the death of Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu. This is also the view of At-Tabari, who said concerning the last events of the 40th year after the Hijriya, in this year allegiance was sworn to Mu'awiyah ibn Abi Sufyan in Aila. Ibn Kathir commented on this as well. What he did say was meaning that when Ali radiallahu anhu died, the people of Syria swore allegiance to Mu'awiyah as Khalif because there was no longer anyone who could dispute with him. The people of Syria knew that Mu'awiyah was not a qualified for Khalif as Ali, and that it was not permissible for him to become a Khalif when it was still possible for Ali to be Khalif. Ali's superiority, seniority, knowledge, religious commitment, courage, and all his virtues were obvious and well known, like the virtues of his brethren Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali. May Allah Jalla and Umar and Uthman, may Allah Jalla Jalaluhu be pleased with all of them. Ameen. In addition to that, there are texts which forbid giving allegiance to another Khalif when the first one is still in place. Muslim narrated in his Sahih that Abu Sa'id al-Qudri said, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if allegiance has been sworn to two Khalifs, then kill the second one. There are many other similar texts, so it is impossible that the companions would have done anything contrary to that. Number 2, he said, Amr ibn al-As made an agreement with Mu'awiyah to the effect that Egypt would be his so long as he lived. This story was narrated by Ibn Asakir with a chain of narration that contains an unknown narrator. It was also mentioned by Al-Dahabi in such a way that implied that it was weak. Hence, it is worthless and should be ignored. Number 3, the accusations that Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr killed Uthman bin Affan with his arrow is false. There are weak reports concerning that. Moreover, the text is odd because it is contrary to the sound report which states that the killer was an Egyptian man. Dr. Yahya al-Yahya stated a number of reasons to support the innocence of Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr in the murder of Uthman bin Affan, including the following. A. Aisha radiallahu anha went out to Basra to pursue the killers of Uthman. If her brother had been one of them, she would have mourned, or she would have mourned for him when he was killed. She would not have mourned for him when he was killed. Ali cursed the killers of Uthman and disavowed them, which implies that he would not bring them close to him or appoint them to positions of authority. He would not have appointed Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr radiallahu anhu as governor of Egypt if he had been one of the murderers. C. Ibn Asakir narrated with a chain of narrations that Muhammad ibn Talha ibn Musarrafa said, I heard Kinana, the freed slave of Safiya bint Huyay, say, I was present when Uthman was killed and I was 14 years old. He said, was Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr directly involved in his killing? He said, Allah forbid. He entered upon him, and Uthman said, O son of my brother, you are not the one who would kill me. So he went out and he did not play any role in the actual killing. This is also borne out by the report narrated by Khalifa ibn Khayyat and At-Tabari, with a chain of narration whose men are trustworthy, from Al-Hasan al-Basri, who was one of those present on the day Uthman was killed, according to which Ibn Abi Bakr took hold of Uthman's beard, and Uthman said to him, you are holding me in a way that your father would never have done. So he went out and left him. Thus it is clear that Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr radiallahu anhu is innocent of shedding Uthman's blood, just as the wolf was innocent of shedding the blood of the Prophet Yusuf Alayhi'Ssalam. It is also clear that the reason why he was accused was that he entered the house before the killing took place. Ibn Kathir, may Allah have mercy on him, said that when Uthman bin Affan radiallahu anhu spoke to him, he felt ashamed and he turned back and felt regret. He covered his face and tried to defend Sayyidina Uthman, but this effort did not succeed. D. The reports about Mu'awia ibn Abi Sufyan threatening Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr with mutilation, and what was mentioned about putting the body of Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr in a carcass of a donkey and burning it are all contrary to Islamic ruling concerning the handling of the dead. It is narrated that it is forbidden to mutilate the body of disbelievers. So how about the bodies of Muslimin? Muslim narrated in his Sahih that when the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam appointed commanders for an army or expedition, he would advise them personally to fear Allah Jalla Jalaluhu and to be good to those Muslimin who were under their control. Then he would say, fight in the name of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, for the sake of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Fight those who disbelieve in Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Fight, but do not steal from the war booty. Do not break your promises, and do not mutilate the enemy's dead, and do not kill children. Ash-Shafi'i said that when the Muslimin captured some polytheists and wanted to kill them, they killed them by beheading them, but they did not go beyond that. They did not mutilate them by cutting off hands or feet or any part of the body, or stabbing them in the stomach, or burning or drowning, or anything beyond what was described, because the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbade mutilation. Can it be thought that the noble companions would go against this ruling when they were, as Ibn Mas'ud described them, the best of this ummah, the most righteous in heart, the deepest in knowledge, the most straightforward people whom Allah Jalla Jalaluhu chose to accompany His Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and convey His religion? So follow their example in their ways, for they are the companions of Muhammad Rasoolu'Allahi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were following true guidance by the Lord of the Kaaba. Ibn Abi Hatim said concerning them, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu enjoins us to adhere to their guidance and follow their way in example. As he says, and I quote, and whoever follows other than the believer's way, we shall keep him in the path he has chosen and burn him in hell. What an evil destination. This is end quote, Surah number 4. Ayah number 115. Inshallah, we will end this one here on page number 571. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik wa tabaraka isma rabbik wa ta'ala jadduk wa la ilaha ghayruka wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.